Aaron.
Yeah.
Why didn't you say it the first time I said Aaron?
Because it's pronounced Aaron.
You done messed up, Aaron.
Aaron is right here, everyone. Welcome back for more SPTV, where every day is one day closer to the total collapse of Scientology. I got to tell you guys, William Good and the TikTok crew have done it again. They continue to show that they are for real. They know what they're doing. They know how to color within the lines, how to stay within the law, and they know how to not let Scientology incite them or provoke them to do something that would allow the LAPD to arrest any of them. And in fact, they have turned the tables. They've played a flip Uno reverse card. And this week, two Scientologists, or one of these Scientology agents working for Scientology, have been arrested on Hollywood Boulevard by the LAPD for assault, simple assault on the protesters. And this is incredible, you guys. How much egg does the LAPD have on its face that it is known to have this incestuous, corrupt relationship with Scientology? And yet the protesters are playing by the rules, and Scientology and their folks are not playing by the rules. And the LAPD, I'm sure, is begging for an opportunity to arrest one of the members of the TikTok crew. And yet they're doing such a great job at what they're doing that the LAPD has had no choice but to arrest two Scientologists. Let me just show you what we're talking about here. The YouTube channel that you guys need to subscribe to is Scientology Audit Streets LA. This channel's growing by about 4,000 new subscribers every day. And you can find William Good is Streets LA, Scientology Audit. You can find him on Twitter. You can find him on TikTok. But just to keep it simple, I'm focusing on his YouTube channel. Okay, let me show you. I think I might keep the sound off for this clip because there's a lot of profanity by the guy who gets arrested. Let's take a look at this. I'm going to go full screen on this. This is the first arrest that was made a couple days ago. And yeah, I'm going to keep the sound off of it because the guy is using a lot of profanity. And here comes the LAPD. Uh-oh. Oopsie. This guy done messed up. I know people found his name and his Instagram account. It's Brian something. I totally forget. And this guy self-identifies as a Scientologist. He told all the protesters he was there defending Scientology because he was a Scientologist. When the LAPD showed up to arrest him, he told the LAPD, he's like, what am I doing wrong? I'm just here defending my religion. I looked through the posts on the guy's Instagram account. He has a very clear history of substance abuse, a very clear history of, in my opinion, mental illness, probably substance-induced mental illness. But what do I know, guys? I grew up in a cult. The chat says his name is Brian Bolin. And if I had to guess, you guys, I'm going to guess that this is a guy who wound up in Scientology's Narconon drug rehab system. And because it's not normal to have someone who self-identifies as a Scientologist, but it's very obviously has issues with substance abuse. It's not unheard of. It's just not terribly, terribly normal. And I looked through this guy's social media profiles looking for any evidence that he had been raised in Scientology or had been in Scientology for a long time. I have not seen any evidence of that. It doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It doesn't mean it's not true. It just means I haven't seen it yet. And so I'm guessing that this guy is a relatively new Scientologist. Also on his Instagram, on the history of his Instagram posts, it's funny. A lot of his posts are actually him posting screenshots of text messages and voicemails from his family members expressing a great deal of concern for his well-being and his state of mind. And that's not typical in my experience of Scientologist family members. And so I suspect, it is my suspicion, if any of this changes, I will let you guys know, that this guy is from a family that's never been in Scientology, and that due to and that he has somehow gotten involved in Scientology through the Narconon system. If I have any further confirmation of that, I'll share it with you guys. If I get any information that contradicts any of that, I'll share it with you guys. This guy was acting like an absolute drugged out maniac in front of the Scientology Test Center. By the way, Scientology calls that thing its Life Improvement Center. Internally, I'm most familiar with it just being called the Test Center. And he had a weapon on him as well. And he was spitting on people and he was screaming. The screaming isn't the problem. The spitting is the problem. And having the weapon on him is the problem. Okay, so that was the first arrest. That was 2 or 3 nights ago. Okay, and I'm going to switch over to the one from last night. By the way, these videos are all from the Scientology audit channel, and I've posted a link to William's channel down below. And fingers crossed, guys, it looks like me and William might do an interview on my channel later this evening if we can squeeze it in. Okay, I'm gonna turn the sound on for this, guys, because I want you to see. I want you to see this. He's going to show what actually led to the arrest here.
This guy come out of the Scientology Center, snuck out the side door like he was doing something. We watched him. Came over here. You tell me what happens. And he spit.
Oh, nasty. Oh, damn. Oh, replay. Oh, hurt me. We got a spitter.
Pretty clear cut.
Okay, so William knows the laws, and Scientology certainly does not hesitate to weaponize the LAPD against the activists, the protesters, former Scientologists. So it is absolutely fair play to turn the tables. And when these Scientology agents are going to do the same thing, we need to demand that the LAPD enforce the laws. So I'm going to switch over to an earlier stream that William did where he actually, for 20 minutes, he knew he was not going to let this guy go. Here, I will turn the audio off on this. After that guy spit on William, after they snuck out the side entrance of the Scientology Test Center, spit on William, William got on the phone with the LAPD, and William followed this dude while on the phone with the LAPD for 20 minutes until the LAPD finally made it to their location. I wanted to show you the moment that the guy walked into the arrest. So here we go. Here's William. He's on the phone with him. He's telling him what intersection they're walking up to. The LAPD, after 20 minutes, finally shows up. And this is the glorious moment where the guy basically just walks right into a pair of handcuffs, just puts on those silver bracelets right quick. And let me go 1.25 speed here. Actually, I'm impatient, you guys. Here we go. Hello, sir. How are you doing? My name's Officer Number 1. My name's Officer Number 2. Please put your phone down. Please put your water bottle down. Turn around and put on these handcuffs, sir. I thought it was interesting that this guy didn't try to run. He didn't try to confront William. He didn't try to get in his face. I think he was probably on the phone, on that cell phone, the whole time, talking to his handler at the Office of Special Affairs, asking for advice on what to do about this thing. I mean, plus people, like William likes to say, you're going to find out about me. They've found out about William. You look, if you're a Scientology agent, if you're one of these hooligans hired by a Scientology private investigator, you are under strict orders. William and his whole crew are live streaming everything. You can't get away with anything. So once that guy spit on William, I think he knew right away he messed up. And he didn't. What was he going to do? Run? If he starts running, then William's got him on camera running away, and that's even worse. Anyway, guys, I just really can't say enough for what William and Jessica Palmadessa and Confident Chris and Chris Without a Hellcat and the 10 other people that I'm forgetting right now. I need to figure out a system for myself to remember and learn all of the new accounts that are joining this effort, both on TikTok and on YouTube. One of these nights, I think what I want to do, you guys know how I did the for the protest, for the Eat Predators protest out in LA. I did a live stream where I jumped back and forth between all the accounts that were doing the protest. I'm considering doing something similar one of these nights when there's a lot of streams going out on Hollywood Boulevard. And then if I were to do that, I would ask you guys to help me in the chat to send me the links of other channels, because I don't know them all. And I can go from channel to channel to channel, and then I can go back on the live stream and create chapter breaks for each different account. And that's a really good way. That'll be a really good way to help me try to learn and remember all these new accounts that are popping up. I think I just saw one of them. Anyway, I'm gonna. Oh yeah. Julie Barsky, question: who is bailing them out? I know, right? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. Who's showing up to bail them out? I think the first guy, Brian Bolin, was released on his own recognizance, but I don't know what that means. Meaning, I just because it says that, does that mean he didn't bail himself out? Does that mean he did bail himself out? I just don't know, guys. This is territory I'm totally unfamiliar with. Let me see. Devin Lara says, what a time to be alive. Absolutely. William needs mind your business merch. Yeah. Oh God. William's got so many catchphrases. The goofy stuff. What is it? Shut it down. It's a cult. Oh my God. The opportunity for William to do stuff is just endless. Dave Owens, I sent you an email, FYI. Thank you, Dave. I'll check it out. Unfortunately, because I have company visiting from out of town, I've barely even been checking my emails, guys. I've never been more behind on answering text messages and phone calls and voicemails and emails. I feel terrible, but I guess that's just life right now. But I'll check it out. I appreciate it, Dave. Carolyn, Peace of Mind, says, every night I'm waiting for a live stream. It's like reliving the 90s prime time without a VCR. Yeah. Oh, that's the other thing that confuses me about TikTok and why I need one of these guys to explain to me the benefits of doing TikTok over YouTube. When you do a live stream on TikTok, when the live stream is over, the live stream's gone. It doesn't get saved to your account like it does on YouTube. It's just gone. And that's one of the things that confuses me. Yeah. So once a live stream on TikTok ends, you can't find it. That's why I'm glad that William does his live streaming also on YouTube, because you can go back and relive the glory and join the replay crew. On TikTok, there is no replay crew because there is no replay. And I don't understand. It seems like such a missed opportunity to me. But what do I know, guys? Charlotte Funda, thank you very much. Oh, Charlotte Funda sent you an email. See, lots of emails. I'll check, Charlotte. Thank you. Shelly Barrett, thank you, Shelly. And we have the Scientology Money Project, Jeffrey Augustine. The Spitter has probably given up the name of the Scientology PI who hired him. Scientology PIs hire street people to agitate. Yes. And guys, on this thing on spitting, this is actually kind of a big deal. After Danny Masterson was found guilty, there was a Scientologist who made a public tweet. Well, all tweets are public, I guess. And basically threatened, it said something. I'm going to paraphrase here, but I'm going to pull it out because this tweet was included in a recent filing in one of the lawsuits. The tweet said something like, oh, there's 30,000 Scientologists in the LA area, and the Jane Does can count upon getting spit on wherever they go. Seriously. Seriously. A Scientologist publicly basically threatened the Jane Does with being spit on. And it just seems weird that we're seeing the protesters. I don't even like calling them protesters. I feel like that's minimizing what they're actually doing. I don't know the right word. Activists. I like the TikTok crew. To see the TikTok crew getting spit on. I don't know, guys. It's weird. Like, I find it hard to believe that anyone at the Office of Special Affairs is being like, oh, you know what will really get under these guys' skin? Spit on them. Like, do these guys not know that spitting on someone is simple assault? You spit on someone, you're getting arrested. Guys, just real kudos to everyone who's showing up out there and not letting Scientology get to them, not falling for the bait, and being well behaved. And when I say well behaved, I only mean staying within the confines of the law, because that's all anybody should care about at this point. For people who just wish that if you were just a little nicer, maybe you would get through to the people in the test center. Nope, that's not how it works. There is nothing anyone can say or do to anyone who's working at that test center to get through to them. I think, yeah, anyway, I won't belabor that point. Okay, let me see. Oh, did the dog bite guy get arrested yet? Right toast. To the best of my knowledge, I don't have any knowledge of that guy having been arrested yet. And I'm really confused because to me, that guy letting his dog, which was using your dog as a weapon is, first of all, disgusting, endangers the dog. And that has to be illegal. And yet I haven't even heard the police comment on anything about using a dog as a weapon. I haven't even heard the police comment on that. But the police did comment on the fact that that guy brandishing a collapsible baton, wielding his baton, extending the baton, and gesturing at someone with the baton, absolutely a violation of the law. Why hasn't that guy been arrested? If that guy does get arrested, boom, that's three Scientology agent provocateurs arrested. How many of the TikTok crew arrested? 0. And anyway, it's just awesome. It is just awesome. Has Aaron said which podcast he recorded? Is it H3H3? It is not H3H3, and I have not said which one I recorded, but you guys will find out soon enough. I would love to go on the H3 podcast. You know, the H3 podcast is one of the reasons that one of the things that helped William's channel blow up. Ethan and Hila and the H3 crew did a whole extended segment on William and his channel and his videos. I've never asked William if he actually chatted with those guys or like, did he interview with those guys? Did he come on, or did they just do a video about his videos? But either way, it was one of the things in the earlier days of the channel. The channel's only like 6 weeks old, guys. The channel's gone from 0 subscribers to 150,000 subscribers in like 6 weeks. It's unbelievable. And anyway, the H3 podcast was one of the things that helped blow that up in the early days. Let me see. Pretty sure the baton dog guy was arrested. Well, Warrior Queen, if you can send me any links to something that shows me that I can use, I'll do a follow-up. 3 Scientology agents arrested in 1 week. Man, those are highest ever numbers. That's pretty good. Okay, let's see. Okay, random guy, random day wants to know. Question: what do you think would happen if I show up in an org pretending to be the reincarnation of a Scientologist that died 21 years ago, plus my age ago? 21 years plus my age ago. Do you think they would take me in? Scientology is not really in the business of turning anybody away, but there are some people they will not accept for service. Now, there's 2 different kinds of services, random guy, random day. There's introductory services, and there's what they call major services. The introductory services are the courses that cost like $50. You can do them in a couple course periods. I don't remember them making anyone go through a rigorous qualification interview before allowing you to start introductory services. So walking into an org claiming to be a reincarnated Scientologist, that's the kind of stuff that if you do it right off the bat, they're not going to let you start major services because they consider you to be unstable. Now, I know it's weird that an organization that believes in reincarnation would consider someone that claims to be a reincarnated Scientologist mentally unstable. I know it's weird. Don't think about it too deeply. Scientology believes in aliens and alien life, and they believe that we've been visited by aliens, and they believe that we're being imprisoned by aliens. And yet, if you as a Scientologist claim to have been abducted by an alien or have seen or spoken to an alien, you are considered mentally unstable. It doesn't make sense. Don't think about it too deeply. How can these things be true? I don't even know. I was never able as a Scientologist to make sense of the fact that Scientologists are supposed to be able to telepathically communicate with beings. They're supposed to have, and yet if you claim to have telepathically be in communication with L. Ron Hubbard, you're considered a crazy person. If you claim to have ever seen or spoken to an alien, you're considered a crazy person. If you walk into an org and you're like, yes, I was Joe Blow and I'm reincarnated, they're going to think you're a crazy person. Even though they believe in that shit, there's not even going to be a part of them that's like, yay, we got one back. Yay. Okay, so random guy, random day. I'm being long-winded about this, but what I would say is don't say that right off the bat. Like, if your goal is to see how they respond to that, then go ahead and say it right off the bat. If your goal is to get in on an introductory course and see what it's like, just don't lead with the reincarnation stuff. Thank you for the question, Gypsy Road Blanchard. Thank you very much. Power lies to paralyze. I like that. Brian Borland is at Four Face Joker here on YouTube. Okay, guys, check out his channel. See what kind of crazy stuff he's got over there. Oh, by the way, we got almost 2,700 people watching right now. Do me a favor. Hit that like button. It's fast. It's easy. It's free. And believe it or not, it actually does help. It seems to help with notifications on the algorithm. Arnie Van Halen, check our CS last stream. 3 comments, and one of them is mine. AA rules. I don't know what that means, Arnie. Hold on. Let me turn off my notifications because someone's trying to text me. Check out our CS last stream. 3 comments. I'm sorry, Arnie. I think you might have a typo in there. I'm not sure what that means, but thank you for the super chat as always. Pepe, please. H3H3 said they would love to chat with an ex-Scientology member. Hey, anyone who are big members or contributors or chatters to the H3 podcast, let Ethan and is it Gila? Is it Gila? I forget his wife's name. I'm a big fan of what they do over there. I would love to go on their podcast and talk about Scientology. That'd be a great time. Okay, Shelly Barrett, question. Need non-Scientology owner restaurant recommendations in Clearwater. My sister is there now and is hungry. Thanks, Aaron. Shelly Barrett, they can go to Clear Sky Cafe on Cleveland Street. They can go to Downtown Pizza. They can go to, oh boy, I just went totally blank on the name of the restaurants. Anything on the 400 block. I'm sorry to be so general. Anything on the north side of the 400 block of Cleveland Street is a recommended place to go. That's actually the only block. That's the only section of commercial real estate in downtown Clearwater that's not owned by a Scientologist. So that's my recommendation there. Clearwater Chad, thank you very much. Always good to see you. Blake Reed, always good to see you, Blake. Hey, Aaron, you've probably already explained this 1,000 times, but what would make Scientology believe the reincarnation of L. Ron Hubbard was actually back? Blake, I've got a few answers to this. My first answer is nothing. My second answer is, remember this. Almost all Scientologists in the world were told that L. Ron Hubbard was not coming back. He was going off to Target 2, which is some unspecified planet in the Milky Way galaxy, to get Scientology started on a second planet. And that it was going to be up to us to finish clearing planet Earth. And once we had cleared planet Earth, we would have all done enough of Scientology's bridge that we could, the next time we dropped our body, we could, instead of reincarnating on Earth, we could go pick up a body on Target 2 and help L. Ron Hubbard clear Target 2. It was only Sea Org members who worked at the secret international management base in Gilman Hot Springs, California, who were given a secret, confidential L. Ron Hubbard advice that said he was going to be coming back about 18 to 21 years after he dropped his body. And the Sea Org members who had worked for L. Ron Hubbard as kids, who had spent pretty much their entire professional Sea Org life working at international management, wherever it happened to be at any given time, those people believed L. Ron Hubbard was coming back. Nobody else even knew that anyone expected that. It's a really weird thing. I was shocked. I didn't find out until after I left Scientology that L. Ron Hubbard had ever told anybody he was supposed to come back. As a good little Scientology staff member and Sea Org member, I was always under the impression that the reason L. Ron Hubbard was not coming back is because he was going off to Target 2. And every other former Scientologist I've ever spoken with who was not at the international base was under the same impression that I was under, that he was off on Target 2. Now, also, Blake, realize this whole idea of Scientologists coming back is simply a false thing. It's not a real thing. It doesn't exist. But what I have said in my previous videos is that if such a thing were possible, and if L. Ron Hubbard were to reincarnate, it would actually be it would be the easiest thing in the world to prove it, because he would reincarnate with full and total recall of his, not only his previous life, but all of his previous lives. And all he would have to do is go up to any of the key Scientology executives and tell them details of private conversations those people had with L. Ron Hubbard in a previous life. I mean, it would just be the easiest thing in the world. And that's one of the things in Scientology that will get you labeled a crazy person in your folders, mentally unstable, not okay to do the OT levels, is if you think you are the reincarnation of L. Ron Hubbard. Boom, you're done. Scientology won't necessarily kick you out. They'll restrict you to the lower levels. Yes, anyone claiming to be Mary Sue Hubbard reincarnated, L. Ron Hubbard reincarnated are considered crazy people in Scientology. Thank you for the question, Blake. Casey Anthony. Always good to see you, Casey Anthony. Just wanted to say thank you. All right. Artemois 88, 2007 was the year of LRH reincarnation. Shelley's disappearance maybe has something to do with that. Yeah. Now, guys, realize we all are speaking the same language, right? We know, Shelley Miscavige isn't really disappeared. She works at the CST base in Twin Peaks, California. We do I do enjoy trolling Miscavige for the fact that his wife hasn't been seen in public. But I've done a lot of videos explaining why not only would she not even be expected to be seen in public, but if you saw her in public, nobody would have any idea. Scientologists have no idea who Shelley Miscavige is. Even most SEER members have no idea who Shelley Miscavige is. And I know that's not really your point, but Shelley's quote unquote disappearance, which isn't really a disappearance, has nothing to do with L. Ron Hubbard's reincarnation or lack thereof. Arnie Van Halen, Chris Shelton. Oh, CS is Chris Shelton. I get it. Yes. Now I get it, Arnie. Diana Marie, greetings from Brisbane, Australia. Diana, did you know that a beautiful little daughter of mine at the end of my videos who plays the guitar, her name is Brisbane, named after Brisbane, Australia? Did you know that? It's true. Arta A, hi from cold New York City. Love all your videos, and I love all your New York weather. I know I live in Florida, but I'm not made for these streets down here. My favorite temperatures are in the 30s, 40s, and 50s. So I'm jealous of all your guys' cold weather, and I'm hoping to get me some of that pretty soon. All right, guys, let's see. Like I said, I do have company in from out of town. Not going to try to do a bunch of videos today. I will do a live stream on my channel with William Good if we can schedule it. We're trying to. So stay tuned for that. In the meantime, guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Thank you for hanging out with me this afternoon. Thank you, as always, to everyone who watches until the very end, and I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, if you want to see my rock and roll songs, click right on this guitar. And if you want to see a different one of my videos, then you could click right inside here. If you have subscribed or not, subscribe right here. Bye.